Good day, good day, good day, everybody, and happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Living Life in Joy. Living Life in Joy. Welcome, Mommy. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us live today. I see everyone joining in. So we are in our August theme, which is power. Power. August is all about power. And we kicked off August with Sekou as our guest host and a wonderful, wonderful guest, Harriet Cole, who is about the power of jumping and leaping into your dreams. She is the founder and creator of Dream Leapers. And then last week, we had a wonderful time with Laura Topper, and we didn't have enough time. We did not have enough time. Laura's is in the UK. I was going to say Laura's on the West Coast. No, Laura's across the country, across the world, right? In the UK. And so we didn't have enough time with her. So we're having a part 2 today. And who doesn't like a sequel? I know I do. This is going to be a good sequel too. So welcome Gladys. Welcome Tim. It's good to see everybody. Living Life in Joy. I say Living Life in Joy is the vehicle that I get to use to show and share joy with others, the joy that other people are doing in their lives as they connect to their yes. So this is the vehicle for that. And I am just so happy and thrilled that I get to spend time with people who are so connected to their yes. So Living Life in Joy is also a little sprinkle of Sunday in Praise, where we get to just celebrate and relish in the glory that is radiating through us as the divine. So let's get going with the show. We are in go. We are set and we are ready. All right, y'all. So I want to share just a little information about my guest, Laura Topper. If you missed last week's show, Reverend Albert, then this is news. If you didn't miss last week's show, then just sit back, relax, and enjoy hearing more about Laura Topper. So Laura Topper is a spiritual activator. She's a thought leader, a transformational uplifter, speaker, singer, songwriter, and author. Laura is on a mission to open hearts, to point humanity to love, to oneness, to meaning, to purpose, and prosperity consciousness on our planet now. So please, without further ado, please welcome the wonderful, beautiful Laura Topper to Living Life in Joy. Good day, Laura.
I love that. I love all of the things that you do on your show. It's amazing.
Thank you. Well, I have an amazing producer, Sekou Rice.
He does
all of this. Yes. So welcome back to Living Life in Joy.
Thank you. It's so great to be back here again. Wow, that's amazing.
Yes, I'm so glad you said yes. I'm so glad you said yes. So I didn't have enough time with you last week, and so I wanted to have you come back just to talk some more, because you have 2 shows on New Thought Media Network, like me, right? We so greedy, right? We just want more. We just want more. So your shows are The Cosmic Prayer and Unlock Your Mama Power.
Yeah.
So let's talk about The Cosmic Prayer first. And I know you also celebrated your 1-year anniversary. So let's talk about all that wonderfulness.
Oh, yes. Well, the Cosmic Prayer, you know how ideas come when we vision. And that was an idea of mine to talk with people about prayer and understand other leaders' concepts of prayer. And I had this amazing idea, and then I met Reverend Robert Brzezinski, and the two just went together. It's like, okay. And he said yes to presenting this idea as a broadcast on New Thought Media Network. And for me, it's really exciting because I have this amazing opportunity to meet different people every week, spiritual teachers, leaders, people that have something really powerful that they're sharing on our planet in whatever way that shows up, and to talk with them on the Cosmic Prayer about prayer, so that that can inspire the viewers to pray more, to use prayer for their own lives. And it's just been an amazing experience, and I've met some amazing people, beautiful people over the last year. And yes, right now is a year of that broadcast, and I feel so blessed.
So I know you had an anniversary celebration over like 2 weeks, I think. So how was that? What did you do?
That was amazing. So it's last week and it's this Monday as well. The Cosmic Prayer has its first birthday party on Monday. Because so many people said yes to coming on, it was like I needed to split it, to let everyone come on to share their prayer demonstrations from the last year, and to inspire, the audience with how prayer really does work. And some amazing things came through. So yeah, that's worth watching, the rerun of that. And tomorrow, it's tomorrow at 10 a.m. Mountain Time on New Thought Media Network. Yeah.
All right. So folks, check that out tomorrow, 10 a.m. Mountain Time, which is, let's see, 8.
It's 12 noon Eastern Time.
Eastern Time. All these time zones, because we're global. We are global. So check that out. Cosmic Prayer tomorrow, 12 o'clock Eastern Time, 10 o'clock Mountain Time. And then your second show is Unlock Your Mama Power. So what is that? That just sounds like a fun show, just from the name. So what is that all about?
That's a show that's come from my business and my offerings of what and how my ministry is unfolding, really, because I know for me personally that when I believe in myself, but it's not only believing in myself as my personality, it's that it's the God that is within me. When I believe in that and know that this power, I know that your month is devoted to power, and that's like, we have that power within us. And as women, we tend to maybe put ourselves last, or there's so much going on. It's like, how do we navigate that and negotiate it within our own lives? And so I'm here to remind women, really, that that loving ourselves and our passion and our purpose, loving that and putting that first is really the prime thing we need to be doing and focusing on, and unlocking that, because when we do it for us, then we're available fully for others.
Yes. I am right there with you. I have twin girls and they're 14, and when they first came here to be, I was starting to like lose myself. I was becoming so wrapped up in these two little beings that I started to stop doing the things that I would normally do for myself. And those things that I would do for myself was a source of power for me. And I remember, just thinking, no, I have to choose myself first. I really do. Because if I don't choose me first, I'm not demonstrating to them that they choose themselves first as they grow up to be young women. So they needed to see that, they needed to see that with their own eyes, that the power is within, and you have to cultivate it, spend time with it.
Absolutely. And, there are so many factors that that can kind of stop us and become the blocks or the challenges, and that, you know, we can allow guilt, feelings of, you know, who am I to do everything that I enjoy and have my family and be there as a great mother. And then, of course, you know, for me, my this end of the spectrum really for me is where now, you know, my daughter is now 19, and our relationship hasn't really been what I would say I would like it to be in terms of communication with each other. And there is that that working it out along the way, that we are allowed to continue and step into the fullness of who we are, and giving ourselves permission for that, and healing our relationships with our children, because it's not always a smooth journey.
That's right. That's right. Yes. Well, mine are 14, Laura. So I'm still in this this love fest right now. But it's so true that, you know, the power to heal our relationships are something that sometimes we think we don't have the power to do. And we can do that. Oops.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. There's a time lag here. And the other thing here, the other element is, you know, we each are experiencing our children, and they're experiencing us, and we're kind of together on this journey, on this adventure together. Even through those challenges and those, you know, those stumbling blocks. And it's not always a love fest.
I'm starting to find that out, Laura.
Yeah. And, you know, when from my own personal experience, when my daughter was 13 and running out and going to parties and not coming home for 2 days and all this kind of stuff, there's that pull of a, you know, of a mother, of being a mother, and knowing that child is safe, and working through all of that, and using prayer, I suppose, or leaning into the divine to know that, yes, we can use these beautiful tools that we have to support us, because we are always supported, just as our children are.
Yes.
It's having that faith, Rev Melissa. Not always easy.
Yes, we often say that. It's simple, right? But it ain't easy. It ain't easy.
That's right.
And so we get to practice, right? We get to practice. So I know that you have a special testimony, and I was reading it on your website about your journey, your vision for your life, right? And you wanted to experience where you were living in a certain way. So you shared a little bit last Sunday about being homeless, living in your car, living in a shelter, and just this incredible manifestation of your life from that to what you envisioned and what you were praying about. Could you share a little bit more about that story and your journey through prayer and visioning?
Wow. Well, you know, I would go back to 2019 when I knew that you know, me and my daughter, like oil and water at that time, needed space, and I needed to create that space for myself. And so I did that and left I left living with her, basically. I had a kind of a breakup with my daughter, like a divorce. I divorced my child. Okay. But I knew she was safe, and, you know, she was looked after by family members, so everything was fine, and I was in that place where I could do that. And in that, I consciously took a leap, because I knew, because I didn't know really how that was going to unfold for me, where I was going to live, how I would get through that time emotionally. And then COVID hit, and you know, it was a a different kind of a journey for me, and it enabled me to really know that God is showing up through everything, and it showed me that I could really use these tools, especially spiritual mind treatment and forgiveness, to rebuild my idea of what I thought my life experience is. And it was a tough, call, really. And it opened my heart to compassion for me. Yes, we were living in a shelter, and it really changed the way that I see. It allowed me to see people in that circumstance in a different light, because suddenly then I was that also. I was that also. So it allowed me to remove my judgment, really to remove my judgment, and to experience it for myself. And that's part of what Mama Power is, because how I'm organizing my business is as a social enterprise. Because whoever comes into Mama Power, into the membership group, they will be contributing financially to tools that will support for free, that will support women who have been displaced, and who are ready to use spiritual practice to grow and expand, and to release themselves from that situation within in their lives. So that was an amazing year, because it taught me a lot, and it allowed me to see that my business can also really assist others at the same time, with compassion, And I used those tools, and I was living with Jason in the shelter, and we did so much. There's a bit of background noise, don't know where it's. But we did so much. I really threw myself into spiritual practice and prayer and visioning and visualizing and vision boards and affirmations, and really doing all sorts of things to stay in the light, to know the truth that God is expressing through everything. I did so much every day, and I'm still doing that. And it shifted us out of there and into a home that is much more stable for us right now, and right opposite the beach and opposite palm trees, Yeah, and I can say it is a state of mind. It is about looking after ourselves. And when I said that in the beginning, what I really meant by that, I think what I really mean is looking after our own awareness of who we are and our consciousness. Yes. Because we get to choose in every moment how we view life and how we see our experience. And we're responsible for that. And it's a beautiful gift.
Yes.
It's a beautiful gift, because we can nurture it, and we can play with it and experiment. And we can really work out for ourselves, be those spiritual detectives, and work out for ourselves how we can stay in the light. Yes. Because the light is here for us to live in. It's like living in the joy. That's what this show is called. It's your show.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I love that, Laura, because what you're speaking to is a within process, right? It wasn't, you didn't have to go out and find any of this. It was all within you, and you were simply tapping into that power source that is already within you, right? And keeping yourself charged, so to speak.
Yes, and not doing a spiritual bypass and kind of bluffing my way through it, pretending it was all okay when it wasn't. Really going in there and owning when I didn't feel okay, really going in deep and working through that, and allowing that to be felt. Yeah. Because I think we get very good at squashing our feelings and hiding from ourselves, and that's self-sabotage.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. And feelings are so informative. I often say, let's just follow the feeling. Just follow the feeling. Don't run from it. Follow it, because it's leading you to something, and that you need to remember, discover, forgive, heal. It is feelings are really our friends. They're a guide to us.
Oh, yes. And we don't get taught that in school.
No.
We don't get taught. Well, I didn't. I'm 57. So when I went to school, maybe it's different now than a 5-year-old going to school. Nowadays, maybe teachers are more emotionally intelligent or emotionally aware. But certainly when I was at school, it was your feelings. Well, don't worry about your feelings. Just forget about your feelings.
Yes.
Stay in your head with information.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So, Laura, if someone in the Congregation of Joy watching now or watching the replay wanted to connect with you, how would they do that?
So I'm on Facebook, Laura Topper Love, and you can connect with me there or through my website. There's a contact form on my website, lauratopper.com. You can contact me there. I'd love to hear from you.
Wonderful.
If you're
Wonderful.
here, yeah.
And if they wanted to be part of the Mama Power posse.
Yeah. Well, they can sign up to my newsletter, sign up to my Mama Power newsletter. And that's a good way to begin, isn't it? Just to get a taste of what I do.
Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful. So last week we did the 3 joy questions. So today I said, let's do something a little different. Let's do 3 joy quotes. So I found 3 quotes that talk about power, and I wanted to get your reaction and how it resonates with you. So the first one is, your great power lies not on the surface, but deep within your being.
Yeah. This for me is like the Shiro's journey. This is like, how far are we prepared to really look within and to come back with the treasure, to return with the treasure. It's in here. It's not out there. We don't need to rely on others or the outer experience we think is defining us. It isn't. It's us. We put that definition on who we are.
Yes.
From who we are. Yeah. So it's really in here.
I love
in
that.
Our hearts, in our minds. And we can find that. It wants to be found.
Yes. It's beckoning, right? Isn't it beckoning?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's it. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Thank you. I love that. Here's joy quote number 2. Never underestimate. Here we go. Never underestimate the power of one small prayer. God hears the heart, not the words.
I think that comes back to feeling as well. And, Ernest Holmes says and teaches and writes about the conviction and the warmth when we pray, when we affirm, when we speak our word into the spiritual mind treatment, that if we don't have that conviction, then it's not gonna, it's not gonna have that impact. We've got to feel it and mean it and know that it already exists already, and we're not begging. And there's the power in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. 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 Love that.
And it's in our heart, and it is in our heart, isn't
Yes.
it? Because that's the desire that's pulling us forward.
Yes. I often share with people I do prayer work with, you don't move until you feel it. Don't move until you feel it.
Yeah. And it's so true. It's like at times when we lived where we were living in the shelter last year, I just wanted to move. I was like in my head, I just was planning where can we move to, this, that, and the other. And it was like, and then I realized, no, this has to be done in my consciousness. It's not about trying to, run around making it happen out there. And when that really got me, when I really sunk in and it clicked, then that's when things began to move
Yeah.
around me. It's like, wow, yeah, then we really did move.
Yes.
I stayed still.
Yes. By staying still, you moved.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Because, I don't know who said it. It might be Ernest Holmes who said, we have to become it first.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Here's the third one.
I love these.
Prayer. The world's greatest wireless connection. Prayer, the world's greatest wireless connection.
Well, it's all done on the unseen side of life, so we're not, we see the demonstration. We see and feel and know the demonstration when we're ready, when we have aligned with that demonstration. Yes. And that is happening on the unseen, and often we want to unpick it and not believe it, and we're questioning, is it really happening, and why hasn't it happened? And it is happening. We have to trust in that the wireless, the unseen. Yeah. We have to trust that it's happened, and it's up to us to stay in that waiting pose, in that knowing pose.
Yes.
In that receiving pose. Yeah.
Yes. And stay connected, in consciousness to stay connected. We all know what it's like when you lose your Wi-Fi, right? Yeah. We act like it's the end of the world, don't we? But we need to have that same type of energy with staying connected with the divine, with the universe, with God, with spirit, right?
Yes.
Yes. That is our true source.
And I'd add there that the connection is always there, isn't it? It's us that, we kind of lapse and come away from it, and that the connection is always there. Yes. It's always available.
Yes, always available. Always. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Laura, so much for returning.
I love it.
Happy anniversary. I'm just so grateful to share this space with you on New Thought Media Network. We each do our thing in our own unique way, expressing joy and power and love in the universe. And it is just so wonderful to be on this journey with you, my sister. It's wonderful. Thank you so much.
See all those hearts? They're my hearts for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Then we have her, Laura Topper. Just wonderful and delicious. Please check her out. lauratopper.com. She's doing amazing work. Unlock your divine mama power and the cosmic prayer. You can check her out right here on New Thought Media Network, and check out working with her. If you feel resonance with what she is doing and her work, please check her out. All right. Well, that is today's show. I'm going to close it out with just some reminders. We are starting a new series tomorrow on Morning Sip, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We wrapped up last week's series, Vibration. Ooh, it was a good one, y'all. So if you missed any of last week's Vibration series, you have to check out the replay. But tomorrow we're going to start a new series, 10:30 a.m. right here on New Thought Media Network. And then today, y'all, in about a half an hour, I'll be in service. So please join me at Rockland Centers for Spiritual Living. I am the spiritual director and senior minister there. I will be giving my second sermon as such, and I'm very excited about that. Today's topic is sparking imagination. Sparking imagination. So come and join me on that. You can do so by going to our website, rocklandcsl.org, and just clicking on Sunday service, or you can check us out on Facebook Live on our Facebook page. We'll be streaming there. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to share. Oh, save the date. Our next Meditating with the Moon at 4 a.m. Eastern Time is August 23rd. So save the date. I'll talk more about that on Morning Sip. Have a wonderful Sunday. I hope to see you at 11:30 a.m. for service at Rockland CSL. peace and blessings, peace and justice. We're living life in joy, connected to our yes.